Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper, another video of Raidshadowlegends, and today we're going to go over my plat push this week. Bit of a mixed bag, but yeah, let's get into this, and then we're going to go over the builds and we'll look at the defense as well. So as you can see, we are starting for about 16 minutes in on the plat push, and I'm just inside and stuff like that. So we're gonna watch this full 16 minutes and we're just gonna see where I could do better. I think next week there's a lot of improvement for this. This was far from perfect. I actually used my bomb team the most this week, so obviously I'm looking for stone skin teams. I've got fast warlord just in case anyone tries to get any funny ideas, so like Python doesn't get buffed and stuff like that. So that's what I want to do. Vizier's in here as a second DPS champion to clean up after everyone, but his main job is to spread the bombs, and obviously we don't need accuracy for that as well, which is good. So as you can see, the first one very fast. So what, 30 seconds? Yeah, like 25 seconds. That's impressive, right? At this level, so much stone skin in, we got Hero in here who I'd normally actually avoid. So I was really surprised myself I attacked this. So you have got to be careful with Mephalas a little bit. If Mephalas untouchable, it can cause me a bit of an issue. Well, if you just bet, if Mephala is untouchable, then you just back out because you'll cleanse everyone, and you basically do nothing. So again, pretty fast. This team, I swapped this out because I know how good the nuclear is against bomb teams. So, and on this team that I was running offense this week is a bit squishy. So I come to my more traditional comp with this. So I'm using bolster to make sure he only hits you once, not twice, which is pretty nice to do. This was a bit of a long fight. It was about 1 minute. Honestly, it was a bit annoying. So yeah, was a bit annoying. Could have skipped it, if honesty, and took someone else on just to have faster wins. I wasn't too bothered because this was at the start of the plat push, so I didn't mind if I was stuck in here for like a minute or so. Obviously I was looking for a 30-second farm, but it is what it is. If it was a non-stone skin team, this would have been a 30-second farm. So anyway, we are coming in pretty nicely. We're just waiting for this big boy nuke. There we are. 1 minute and 5 seconds. It's averaged, if I'm honest, if you have a fairly good defense. So again, we come in here with Baron. Kind of wish I come in here with bombs. I think going to myself, why didn't I come in with bombs? Which was a bit annoying. You have got to be careful against bolster with bombs. That is the one thing to look for. Bolster can stop bombs, so it is something you want to look out for. I personally built my defense this week to be annoying. I built it slow and stuff like that. But we'll go into my defense when we get there. So yeah. Anyway, we're still working our way through. I'm thinking. Candy, boink, dead. Because Mephala always squishy, you know. She's just a good champion. Not so much in the meta now, Mephala, which has actually given me an advantage this week with using bombs. I don't feel like many people are using bombs right now, especially low down in Platinum Arena. I don't know, high up. I think maybe the Ukrainian couple has kind of maybe nerfed them a little bit. I did avoid the Ukrainian couple with this setup. And so as you can see, I've gone up against a Nutcracker. I know he's going to be detected by Necrid, but that was fine for me because I knew my Vizier would have took him out once Necrid was gone. Swift Parry here, which was a little bit annoying. But again, still 22-second farm. I think that's really impressive to have a 22-second farm there. And he's a regular plat pusher as well. I see him up there quite a bit for plat pushing, so I did recognise the name once I come out of the fight. We have Hirina in here again. So we use Warlord to make sure her defense doesn't start stacking and be super annoying. And I was able to one-shot everyone else. Necrid survived the hit, who has the bolster or the shield set on him. So as you can see, like I said, it helps him out. So that's what Vizier's job's to do. Now we're just waiting for the Stow Skin to run out. But I wasn't too worried about her soloing me, because I knew we were going to get lockout again. Honestly, these builds, when you see these builds, you're going to really be surprised on these builds, because they're not amazing builds. I think the only amazing build I've got in here is probably Warlord, and I think that's the only one everyone's going to think, oh, that's crazy gear. I think when you see Ashelon's gear, you're not going to think it's that crazy, if I'm honest. So we'll get into a build shortly. So when we're ready. Okay, so we're checking my defense. We've been attacked 4 times and I've won 1, so there's a Magnite come in, and then we've lost 3 other times. So we have a Hirina up here, which is the nuker. We got a Baron up here, which is just an impressive champion that looks like it's a high resist Kaimar. And then we have a Warlord, and again bombs with increased accuracy. So someone using the same style of team as me, but a bit further, a bit more of an interesting way to come in, I suppose. Sitting 133 with 10 minutes, and I'm thinking who to attack. We come in here, and I'm thinking, oh, we're up to 380 speed. I'm going to be faster. Warlord 350. Warlord is what, 347 speed, and he was able to outrun me. So GG. I come in there. I went in straight away and come out. NSA there, nearly tapped in for old times. I'm a big fan of NSA cluster. Honestly, great cluster to go to. As you can see, bolster set here with 2 Stone Skin. I think with UK, if you have a Warlord, you kind of got to use Warlord against him because he's just really annoying. And if you let him, the longer he goes on, better. But I just find that Warlord is really good at putting him in his place and letting them know who's top dog still. So that's 24 seconds, fast farm, super nice. We avoid the team above because of Sifi, and we don't know if that Sifi's fast or not. If Sifi's faster than my Arbiter, which could be the case, she could put up block buffs and then it's just a waste of a fight. So with Sifi's, it's kind of a hit and miss. It's one of the reasons why I put a Sifi in my comp. So we can see we lost this one because Ultimate Death Knight was actually in immunity. So that was actually smart thinking from SK here, and that worked against me really well. So good job there. He knew that if we put immunity, if we target someone, passive would kick in, and then I wasn't able to bomb him. So yeah, really good. Ashelon, I think now I learned something new. So fair play. As you can see, there, just a little bit. We'll come back to the defense. Here we are. So as you can see, we get tapped 3 more times. Defense losing as well, which is a bit you know. But I didn't change my defense. Like, I didn't spend my time changing my defense because I did believe in my defense still. As you can see, immunity here on Mafala, which was the case. So you'll see me in a minute target, then she cleanses. So, in all honesty, if my Vizier and Ashaliv were faster, I could probably still win this. However, it is super annoying, and as you can see there was a big glitch. So with 7 minutes out, I get knocked out of plat. You know, it's a bit frustrating to be knocked out, but we keep on going. I know that I can win offense battles quite quickly with this team, but I know also as well I can lose offense battles quite quickly as well, so that's also another thing to point out. So we land our bombs, and then we are to do our stuff. We're just waiting. The bombs don't even go off in this one. We've just been able to take out Herb and Vizier. As you can see, Vizier's got really good multipliers. So since the last time we used my bomb team, you've been able to see me use my bombs with more precision. I've only lost on a certain things, and that's just to point out, maybe I lost earlier to RNG because Baron nuked me, somehow resisted my Warlord, which we'll see later on in this. Mafala being in immunity, Ultimate Death Knight being in immunity as well, which honestly was really interesting to have immunity, because if I used a Baron, I would have been able to take that Ultimate Death Knight out. So it's kind of interesting. And this is where Baron resisted my Warlord. So that's the A4 going off. I know that because I have a Baron. So I know that I can go back in there and to get my points back more or less. And like again, Baron's a bit like Nutcracker. If you kill Necrid, you're gonna get rid of that Baron quite quickly with Vizier. It is worth pointing out that you always want to do the bombs on a Force Champion or something like that. You don't want to do it on a Spirit Champion, and ideally away from Sheep as well, so away from Polly. So as you can see, we're actually quite a few points out here. So I could have given up, but honestly I didn't, and I'm happy I didn't. And it's kind of good that I didn't. So as you can see here, I'm not too sure what happens, but I think it's maybe the bolster set that kept Duchess alive. And this is why we have Warlord in here, because he can stop them reviving, obviously. And this is why we have him super fast to keep her locked out, because there's lockout again, and he's doing his job. You know, if this revives, I'm in a lot of trouble. So there we are, 47 farm, 47 seconds farm, and I am like 10 points out with 4 minutes to go, so it was a bit rough. And I'm just looking for like a really fast farm, because I know that I've got to pick my pace up now. Honestly, I should have avoided this because it's a Necrid, and Necrid's not a fast farm, even with bombs. So obviously Mutu Macab not actually giving me that many problems this week, because just bomb him. And he's always in stone skin, so you know, you don't have to worry about him no more with that passive, because you're not even hitting him, you're just spreading it, which is kind of nice. But no, like it's this team is super strong right now, for me anyway. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like me to make a dedicated video mainly on bombs and on bomb teams, or if you'd like for me to start testing out different bomb champions and showing you what they can do maybe on in the arena. and how to build them and stuff like that. Because lately I have been working with bombs a lot, so I have been practicing quite hard with Vizier and stuff like that. And you know what? It's been quite enjoyable. So as you can see here, I actually hit Spirit. I hit Multi Macabre, and yeah, I lost a couple of points there. So that was my own stupid. And Vizier got a weak hit. That's where 2-pack is actually better. I have a 2-pack the Wanderer. However, for me, with 2-pack the Wanderer, I kind of like the idea of just using Vizier because he has solid multipliers, and I'm not too sure what 2-pack the Wanderer's multipliers are. I also like to have her for Hydra as well. So she's in my main Hydra team. So as you can see, we're sticking to the bomb team. I haven't really used anything else. I'm just looking for Pacific fights. I think next week, if I'm able to push again, depending on work, I think I'm coming in here and I'm gonna do some damage. I also think I could now possibly challenge the top 100, possibly if the meta don't change. I think like if the top 100s, if I'm still performing like this, then I definitely could do it. I think if I didn't get the offenses lose as much, then I would have done much better this week. So again, Ultimate Death Knight taking that bombs. And honestly, I knew this team was not a great team. The reason why I knew this wasn't a great team is because my father had Brimstone, so I knew it was a Hydra build, or more or less. And that's why you don't take a blessing that is mainly for like a Hydra. You're just putting a target on your back, if I'm honest. And it shows me that your builds are not specifically for arena. So again, another Brimstone Mephala here. So people honestly need to be a bit more creative, because I've been able to melt on like butter. Even in probably halfway through plat, I was able to do the same. Ursula's very hard to bomb, so I could maybe do a bit more attack. And it's really important to use attack up with that as well. So as you can see, I'm on 309 with 18 seconds. I think this week I had 5 offense loses in 15 minutes. So yeah, and I did farm this team really fast. My only problem was I think it was 5 seconds, like a second or something out from the reset time. So if I out in 14 seconds, that would have counted, but it was just outside. So there you are, there's the push. We're just waiting for a placement. Now we're going to go over defenses. So in the last 5 minutes, I wasn't attacked with my low being outside Platinum Arena. And we did get a couple of wins. So in the end, I got 2 wins. We could beat a Warlord, Candy, Kimmy, and Arbiter. And interesting to use that style of team against me, if I'm honest. And then we got Yoshi, Necrid, Leo, and Madam Series. Using a Leo against a Rolus defense is not a smart idea, because again, no unkillable. So we lost 1 from poor focus, I suppose. We lost 1 from RNG with getting resisted, and then the rest was probably just a bit unlucky. Like Ultimate Death Knight was pretty smart, and Mephala is Mephala. Like, you do see that occasional in that type of setup. So as you can see, we win 3 offensive fights in 15 minutes. Keller is someone I used to know. He used to be in the same clan as back in the day. So as you can see, we're doing alright there. and the offensive wins there would help me get back into black for sure. So there's one. So this one I messed up on. I lost 11 points. How much did we get in return when I beat him? So I got 9 in points in return when I beat him. So I still was 2 points out. Baron, this is where I got 3%ed, unfortunately. So that's 4 points. And Ultimate Death Knight in immunity and thingy in immunity as well. Really lucky, I had 2 in the space of a few minutes, and I fast Yamikon. So I know when to stay away from next week. I know to stay away from Yamikon because again it could be a bit interesting with them. So it is worth pointing out. Let's see my placement then. Just wait for this placement. Yeah, let's wait for placement. Here we go. Yeah, I had to close the game down and get it back up for the placement. But anyway, not the most solid placement in the world. Could it be better? Yes, I could do way better. Do I have the best defense team right now? Not really. Is it improvement from last week? Yes. So 317 today. Honestly, if I didn't make the silly mistake with that and then getting resisted, I think I could have done way better. So I think I probably would have got top 150 if I'm honest. So, and then we're going to go into a defense in a second. If it does come up, I don't know if we recorded it. Does it show you at the beginning of the video? Doesn't. Okay. So, my defense log was actually, my defense quickly was actually Sifi, Rodus, Duchess, and Pythian. So Pythian in high resist stone skin team, Rose in savage, Duchess in stone skin team, stone skin really slow, and then she's actually in protection, so she's actually a fairly reasonable build. And then obviously Polly, because it's everywhere right now. And that's it. So let's go into these bomb champions. I'm not going to show my defense because I don't really want to see people see my builds, if I'm honest. So this is my Arbiter. So I just actually noticed I push with Arbiter without a banner on, which is kind of hilarious. So that was a 350 speed Arbiter. I don't know if that makes it more funky or not, but there you are. There's my masteries for my Arbiter. But honestly, she's just in there, so I'll go first. So that Yumikon, I probably would have beat her actually. Now thinking about it, if my Arbiter was actually at full speed. This is my offense Warlord. I have 2 Warlord builds. So 347 speed and 673. It could drop a speed a little bit, but I use them in different teams as well, so I like to have them at that speed. And then we got Eagle Eye as well, and obviously it's fully booked. And then masteries is blessing is strength your team aura by 2.5, and then weakens the team aura by 5%. So for me, just it drops their speed back from the aura. You could use another blessing as well. Trying to think which one it is. Temporary change. That's also a better blessing. A lot of people like that. I think I have that. Yeah, I have that on my arbiter, and it does stack. So, you know, it depends on what you prefer. For me, I like to have that. And then Vizier and Ashlyn. So Vizier is there. Okay, let's go into Ashlyn first. So as you can see, my Ashlyn is actually not fully booked on everything. So she's just booked on her bombs. She's not booked on anything else. So I'm using like a half Ashlyn, and she's working quite well. No masteries as well. So again, it is worth to probably farm the masteries and take some more masteries on this side, so that could help with damage for sure. So imagine finishing Platinum Arena with no masteries and hardly any books, right? So again, we have attack banner with speed on it. We have attack amulet with accuracy. You don't actually need accuracy, so you just need attack amulet. And then we have attack ring with double tap percentage. And then we have speed boots with flat attack. And then we have attack here and attack here. And then we've got tap percentage, attack percentage, and tap percentage. No, sorry, speed percentage here. So as you can see, we have 7,100 attack, 219 speed. I can make this Ashlyn way better. So one of the things that I actually need to do is I need to put some more glyphs into her to get that attack up. I need more speed so I can run Vizier faster as well. So I can probably get more speed and more attack on that build, and actually ascendinate my gear as well as getting masteries. So at some point I will book her abilities, just make it a little bit better, because the 7-turn cooldown is a bit long. And then we're going to go into Vizier. So Vizier actually has attack aura in dungeons, which is a shame that's not in everything else. He does have masteries, so he has Nuka masteries with Ham Smasher. Again, I need to finish his masteries, and all his skills are based on attack. So Vizier hits pretty damn hard. So we have crit rate, 209 speed, 5.6k attack, and then 230 critical damage. Again, this could be well better. I need to improve this, and I am aware of this as well. So again, I think we probably will go savage build on him. Probably will make a fast savage build in crawl. So keep an eye out for that for next week. So there you are, guys. There's a 319 plat finish with probably a half geared team. It does worth to point out, with the correct knowledge and a fairly good defense, that a plat finish is quite reasonable at the moment. The weaknesses of this team, obviously cleansers, so be careful from untouchable, so like cardio untouchable, Mephala as well, as you've seen in that, Ultimate Death Knight and immunity. The Ukrainian couple are going to be huge in a week, and you'll see this week by week, that meta growing, unfortunately. And Poly as well. Poly is can be devastating if I was to get polyed before I landed the bomb. So yeah, there we are, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this team, and if you finish in plat this week. And as well, keep an eye out on my channel. I've got a video coming on a live arena with Blazing, with what's going on in the game, and where we hope they get it right and where they could get it wrong, and ideas that we would like to see this content as well. Until then, remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video.